I thought it would have recognized that. Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today we're going to do the series Advertising versus Reality. This is the Narwal Freo Z10 Ultra. Shows an ad says, mops until the floor looks spotless. It's got a dirt detection sensor, which will verify, but it shows a big coffee spill, fresh liquid. I mean, this is pretty close to it. We're going to see if it can actually clean this up. Reality versus advertisement. Now, I do purchase these robot vacuum cleaners with my own money. I'm not paid for this video. This is home of the honest review. So this is all part of a series I do. I do the first look, I do advertising versus reality. Then I take them to my home and live with them for 3 months. After 3 months, I score them, give you an overall score. That's when they will earn the Just a Dad sticker seal of approval if they deserve it. They'll either be a gold standard, buy it now, wait for a deal, or skip it. You can find all the robots that have already passed all my testing, and I've lived with them at home for 3 months on my website, justadadapproved.com. You'll see the Mova P10 Pro was my #1 pick in 2025. Absolutely love it. Justadadapproved.com. If you purchase a robot from this video or on my website, I am an Amazon affiliate. The product's not going to cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. Now we are going to use the Freo mine. That's going to activate this dirt detection sensor, which we should see. Okay. Let's do the corner test. We can do mop only. I've got it in Freo mind. We're not going to do custom. It's going to figure everything out for me. So let's see. It's going to wash the mop roller with hot water. Now, the robot doesn't have an internal water tank. It cannot. It does have electrolyzed water. I don't think that does anything, but it doesn't have an internal water tank. So the mop pads, the wetness is set by the base station. I guess how much it spins it and how much water it adds for the cleaning. But I prefer robots that have internal water tanks that spray water on top of the mop pads to keep them wet. Now I did empty the dirty water tank and fill it up. It's traveling to this room. This could be a long cleaning. But we're going to let the video speak for itself. I thought it would have recognized that. I thought it would have done a, like. I don't want it to get into my baseboard. Well, I wasn't anticipating that. I don't want it to ruin my baseboard. Oops. Narwhals don't like it when you get around them. Huh. Why didn't it recognize that? I thought it would have done a square around a spilt liquid. Instead, it's just spreading it. It did recognize it. Liquid spill. It says it'll adopt a... Well, it didn't necessarily adopt a smart strategy. It just kept mopping. I don't know. The whole floor is covered with coffee. But we got a long way to go. This thing's going to go back and wash those mop pads. And that's when that dirt detection sensor is going to... Okay, so now I got to stay away. It's lifted the mop pads. I think it's going to go back to the base station. Yeah, rewashing. So that those mop pads are full of coffee. And it's going to travel back to the base station. It's going to wash the mop pads and then suck the water up into the dirty water tank. Now, this does have a dirt detection sensor. And as that water is being sucked up into the dirty water tank, it's going to pass through a sensor. If the water is dirtier than normal, the base station tells the robot, go back and remop. Now, this will do up to 3 remoppings, depending on how every time, it's like it'll go wash that floor again, come back. If the water is still passing through that sensor is dirtier than normal, it goes back and remops. And I've got it in Freo. It's using electrolyzed water. Now, I am going to help it just I don't want it going underneath my baseboard. I thought it was going to stay put. I don't want it going somewhere I can't clean. This is my nice studio for testing, but I will sacrifice. Now we'll track the status here. It doesn't say a whole lot yet, but we're hoping for a remopping event. Okay, so the base station said dirt found, remopping again. I've never heard that on another robot. I like that. I almost caught it, but it did say dirt found, remopping. That tells me dirt detection sensor is working. I absolutely love that sensor. Now, narwhals are notorious for using a lot of water, but that could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Okay, so the timeline says repeated mopping on dirt residue. High level, dirt detected, repeated mopping. So we might get this, that's 1, 2, we might get up to 3. Because in the settings, the Freo mine, I've got it on AI, so it's going to figure it out. But I could have set for 3 or 2 or 1, like the limit, the most it would do. I don't know what AI is. Maybe AI, I thought I could have up to 4, but I'm not sure. Okay, my pads hopefully are clean. It's going to travel. Again, mopping only, no vacuuming. I don't know why it doesn't go all the way to the wall. There's nothing there. Now my wall's not square, that's why it does that giddy up there. Those mop pads have to absorb the water. Now something like this, a mop roller would probably work better, but advertising versus reality. If you show it, we're going to test it. I don't know why it did that little hitch right there. It is absorbing that coffee. It's just unfortunately spreading it too. Yeah, it's about to finish up, yep. Mop rewashing in progress. So it's heading back to wash the mop. Now I'm not gonna cover every washing, but I'll get it after it washes the mop, I'll get it when it exits out.
Started to prepare electrolyte water.
So there's this other picture they've got where it says it'll identify, but it doesn't say. So I bet if it's in vacuum and mopping mode, it'll stop vacuuming and then just go into mop. I'm assuming optimal cleaning mode to prevent spreading. I didn't see an optimal cleaning mode to prevent spreading. What if it would have been this entire room? Would it? I do have that sectioned off here. That is the actual room size, but it did smear it over that entire room. Okay, so after 2 passes, it is noticeably sticky and spread with coffee everywhere. Okay, so it's exiting the dock. Repeat. So we got a second repeated mopping. The dock didn't say. I was hoping to catch it. So we got a lot of work to do over here yet. Still quite a bit of coffee right there. Okay, it's going back and forth in the nice straight line. It's going to go this way now. Don't know if it's sticky yet. We'll see. I'm not going to film this whole thing. I'll catch it towards the end. But there is quite a bit of still liquid coffee right there. I mean, it is a good mopping robot. We'll see. All right. It sucked the mop pads up. It's going to go back and wash them. That's the first time it had trouble docking. Like major trouble docking. Freos have a history of docking issues. I know the original Freo X had an issue. Getting a little bit of coffee that was on the wheel. There. It like has to ram itself home. All right.
Started to prepare electrolyzed water.
Okay, looks like we've got a third repeat on the mopping. And sure enough, here it goes. Mop pads are starting to look a lot cleaner. Yeah, they used to have a bunch of coffee on them, but now they're relatively clean. I'm talking about the perimeter of the pad. Wish it would get a little closer to the wall. Okay, now it's doing the crisscross pattern this way. It's definitely absorbed all the coffee. I just don't know if the floor is sticky yet or not. We'll see. It's definitely mopping. Okay, it's going back to wash the mops. That was the third. I'll see what it does after it washes the mop here. Let's see if we're getting sticky. Maybe not. Maybe not. I didn't feel any stickiness. And I did add just a little sugar to that coffee. Not much, but just a little bit to kind of help with the sticky test. Now, since I don't know if it's coming back, I'm going to go ahead and do this white glove here. There's quite a bit of coffee, actually. It may be coming back. I don't know. Oh, it seems like that's coffee. It's coffee still. Yep, I'll check it again if it comes back. Okay, it's about finishing up washing this mop pad.
Self-cleaning executed. Task completed. Not drying started.
Okay, so that was its final remopping. It's done. It's gonna dry. Okay, so it did not get all the coffee. That did not pass advertising versus reality. It does pretty good with everyday mopping. There's still quite a bit of coffee. I'm getting it's not like super sticky, but I can definitely tell it's not clean. I can definitely tell it's not clean. So here's how much water it used. Yeah, for one room with 3 mopping, that's almost a half a tank. But they do clean, so it's kind of a catch-22. The best thing you can do is put the water. Wow, it does a good job. Now you can find all the stuff I use, like the Effordent tablets, on my website, justadadapproved.com. I put one of these in the dirty water tank. Now all narwhals need the water kit. So over here, the Freo Z Ultra, I've got a video how to install. It's like $400, but you can hook water and drain lines up to these, and that is what they just use, a lot of water, as you see. A couple other claims that are a little off. Smart retract for deep corner reach. I didn't see that. Around legs, okay. It does struggle a little bit with right next to edges. During my vacuum test on carpet, it was not able to auto empty all the hair. It did a good job of vacuuming. It just couldn't auto empty. It says clog and residue free, but it did clog on me in the dustbin. Now, some things that did work, the anti-tangle does work very well. That's a very good anti-tangle brush roller. Yeah, there's no way it could pick up that amount of dust and not clog, because I didn't do that much and it clogged. So this is a whole new series I'm doing. I'm up to about my 20th robot advertising versus reality. Now, the Roborock Curve 2 Flow, actually, I was very skeptical, but it did a great job. So again, if they're going to show it to us in the advertising, I got to make sure it's going to live up to it. Now, is that it's an okay robot. I got to take it to my home though. It did have some trouble with auto emptying the dustbin, so I just got to live with it. Once you live with these robots for 3 months, you know right away. Did I feel like I wanted to throw it out the window? Did it clean my house? Okay, then it's probably going to be a good robot. But a lot of robots can't get past those 2 things right there. So, and again, if you want to find the robots that I already have done all the testing on, the ad versus reality, taking it home, how to do all the maintenance, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. It's just the simplest, easy place to go to. Sign up for the email list. Let me know what you thought of this video. If there's another one you want to see, advertising versus reality, let me know. I do purchase these robot vacuum cleaners with my own money. Again, if you do purchase it using a link in my video or on my website, the product doesn't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. The Eufy, I've been getting a lot of requests. The Eufy S2, I ordered it, but it got canceled. It's under some kind of recall. So the Eufy C28, I don't know when it's for sale. I will buy it when it comes out. Dreamy X60, it's supposed to be delivered today. So those, I got a lot of videos when that thing gets delivered. So look for videos coming on that really soon. So again, Mova P10 Pro's at my house right now. It's doing really well. The Roborock Curve 2 Flow is doing really well at my house. Again, thanks everybody for your support. Like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you thought of this video and what other robot you want to see the advertising versus reality. And thanks for watching. Okay, bonus footage. Let's do some basement videos. I've got some new videos coming out, but I've got a retirement community here. These are robots in retirement, taking it easy. I've got a whole new lineup of testing going on. I've got the Roomba 705 down here. Q-Revo. This is what I'm really putting through the ringer, is this Mova P50. It's actually doing a really good job down here. I love it, but I'm putting a lot of hours on it. Same with the Eufy E28. The S1 has got a problem. More robots over here. These are kind of in retirement or on holding pattern, but I'm checking a lot of the Eufys. These are older robots, but I've got the Z10 down here. It's doing okay. It uses a lot of water. Got the Shark, Ecovacs, a lot of the Roombas. This is the old Roombas here. We're testing them to see how they do. The 405 docked on the Q7. That's hilarious. That's not your dock. This is your dock. So, robots docking on the wrong dock. That's funny. Here's the Roomba dinosaurs. These things are way past their prime. At one time, these were the best, but these things have been far surpassed. This is their new lineup. It does okay, but there's just better robots for the price. We got all the Shark robot vacuum cleaners, some in retirement. We're testing the X30. I had some problems earlier with the E30, the Mova E30, but I'm just testing them. That D10 Gen 2, I've recommended it a lot, so I'm putting it through the ringer down here. Somebody's lost. Ecovacs T30, can't get back. But I did hire somebody, and he is documenting who's doing what, who's failing, who's picking up good dirt, the dirty water tanks, how they look. So we're going to try to come up with some long-term testing on these robots.